Well, ladies, gentlemen, subscribers, non-subscribers, likers and dislikers, it is I, Bot the Boss 0.1, and I have returned. Now, months ago, possibly even years ago, I don't remember off the top of my head, I don't feel like looking it up. I made part one of a series on Hearts of Iron 4, and I said if I got enough likes or subscribers or views or whatever the hell goal I did, I would do more. I think it also was for another one. Well, we're here now. There's been a lot of failed attempts to do series on this. And oh, that's not whatever. I'll explain everything I did in a second. I didn't do much. And so we're gonna be doing a Hearts of Iron 4 series. Now I know I do say this a lot, but on Twitter, if you follow me there, BotTheBoss01 on Twitter, link to in the description below, along with my Twitch. Go check me out. I demand it. Um, I I talked about, or I tweeted saying that whenever the new Barbarossa update comes out, which updates the whole eastern half of Europe, like Poland, the uh, Baltic states, and the Soviet Union, that I do a series on that, and I'm still planning on doing that. However, since that DLC is probably not gonna be out until I don't know, late August, possibly early September. I hope. I'm anticipating for it. It looks really fun. But anyway, in preparation for that, I'll be doing another series. I will be playing as France in this series. I usually don't play as France because I don't like all the micromanaging that goes into early game with their colonies. Same reason why I don't like playing as UK. It's a lot to handle, and I like making colonies, not just being started off with them off the bat. But, it is what it is. And yeah, let's just now we'll be doing a fascist France. Now, since most fascist oh my, focus trees have two different alternative routes, either a go with Germany route or a do your own thing route. I will be going with Germany today. Now, I know there's the thing I can do where I can go with Italy, and if Franco or the Phalange Party wins in the Civil War, I can go with them. And also, I ally myself with Portugal, and we can like form like a whole land on thing and reshape Africa, which is fun, and I do that. But I honestly don't play as the go with Germany route for fascist France. The few times I play as France, so we're going to be doing that today, and that way I can rely on Germany to carry me because I am bad at this game. And let's just go ahead and look at the boosts and whatnot and the custom game rules. So I gave Germany, Italy, and Soviet Union because that's probably who our main enemy is going to be. Well, most of fine is going to happen. Oh, of course, UK too, but I don't really want to deal with a superpowered UK. And I gave it to Italy because Italy. And Germany because why not? Because they're probably going to be doing most of fine in the Soviet Union, so I better make it at least somewhat fair. And probably carried me, to be honest. And then I did force Germany and Italy to go fascist because I've noticed that whenever I do try to go fascist with Germany, they tend to not go fascist. So yeah. And then I also turned off takeover faction leadership because I really don't like that mechanic. I like it in some cases, but most of the time I don't like it, and everything else is whatever it was set to the beginning. This is the entire game rule, and let's just jump right into it. Let's go ahead and start. I'm not gonna worry about AI. I won't see the AI just wacky things. Now, let's talk about what this actually want. Let's do the managing first, get everything set up, and then I'll talk about how I'm going to do this series. Or at least how it's going to be released episodically, because I'm going to try to do something different. And I'll also probably be doing this with any future series. I probably like the way it is, the look it goes. So let's go ahead and get started first. Focus on national focus. Let's try to get to the fascist route as quick as possible, so let's do revive the nationalist bloc. Now, I will try to read most events. I may accidentally or just like subconsciously skip through something. but I will try to read most of it. Whenever the Barbarossa update comes out and I do a thing for, I will be reading all of it. So let's just go and jump right into it. The political, revived national bloc. The political landscape is growing more and more radical by the day. The left whistles are making common cause with communists. What is needed now is strong, stable leadership. You can't have no communists taking over. Let's do this. Now, this will also technically lead to the restoration of the monarchy of the Orleans, the Bourbon, and the Napoleon dynasties, which one can do. And I can of course go democratic, which I do most of the time when I play as France. I usually go democratic because their democratic focus tree it can honestly be pretty OP because I'll talk about it in a second. Let's get started. Okay, let's do research. Let's do engineering, and then production, construction, focus tree, other things. Allocate military stuff. Let's just have it all the way to infantry equipment and let's see. Making tanks, yes. Let's make it. And then if it doesn't already have a dock, y'all can save to it. I'm just gonna delete it. I usually don't focus on Navy in the beginning. And we'll let these finish out once the ones I've finished. 38, 39, you don't need that. You don't need that. You guys can finish your stuff. And then these will make combos. I usually just try to make as much combos as I can all the game and then focus on Navy. Like 1938, 39, if I actually get some naval stuff unlocked. And then let's divide up the whole military. This is the part I don't like. This is why I don't usually play as France or UK, because of this part right here. Because I feel like I can never properly garrison everything. So, of course, we got, European France, and the whole France homeland Europe, and then we got the colonies in Africa, Madagascar, all that stuff. We got Syria and Lebanon over here. And then we have Indochina. Now, they of course have colonies all across the Pacific and in the Caribbean, but we're not going to really worry about defending those until I get more divisions, and even then I'm probably going to let them fall, except for maybe French, Guyana, or maybe not. I might keep it just so I get hold of these resources when I go to war with them. But I'm not too worried about those right now. When I get more divisions, I'll worry about defending them. So let's go and divide everything up. So let's first focus on mainland Europe. We'll go ahead and do this. You guys will be allocated you, and you will get Jean de Lattre de Tassini. I'm going to pronounce a lot of names and a lot of words wrong, because I obviously don't speak French. So, I'm apologizing in advance for that. These guys. Now, I know for a fact that people are probably yelling at me that I'm not organizing the divisions the correct way, or not the meta way, but whenever it comes to this game, I never play multiplayer, and I don't like metas. Not to say I won't use them to cheese stuff, because I totally do and will. But if I don't want to spend all the time to do it, but 95% of the time, I usually just do my own thing. So if you hear of like meta defining stuff, or like using metas to completely change the game, you're coming to the wrong person. Because I 95% of the time don't allocate resources to the right stuff. But hey, that's just supposed to make it more fun. Seeing me struggle. Second army will get Alphonse Juin, and then third army will of course get Charles de Gaulle. Okay, you guys will be French Theater 1, aka the Europe Theater. Okay, you guys will be French Theater 2. aka the Africa Middle East Theater. You get just give you Charles Hunter.
Attention. Arrêt.
Let's give you guys a division for that.
Ordre.
Relocate everything later.
Arrêt.
You will be given Henry Freidenberg. And then finally, the last theater, the French Asian Theater. And you guys will be given Gaston Henry Blanc. Now, hopefully, I can avoid a French Civil War because I suck at civil wars that you can't properly prepare for. Especially in France, for some reason, I have trouble comparing the French Civil War. I don't know why. That and the Second American Civil War, I just struggle with. I struggle with this game in general. Okay. Let's see. Let's make sure everything's accounted for before I officially get going. This naval treaty stuff, I'm not worried about. Oh yeah, of course our national spirits, which could either help or hinder us. So the Linden Naval Treaty signatory, so we can't have carriers, cruisers, or heavy ships go above that max cost. So that limits our naval capacity for those big boy ships. We got Victors of the Great War because, so we get recruitable population of minus 30%, 0.30%. War support minus 5%, and the land doctrine research speed minus 75%. So you want to get rid of that before we go into any big boy wars. And then, of course, we got the big one, the disjointed government. Daily political power cost plus 0.8%. Stability minus 10%, and surrender limit minus 50%. Now, the only way you can get through that, going through the fascist line, is by getting most of industry. Political unity. So we have to become fascist and then get that, which we're going to do, because I want to get rid of that as soon as possible. Because that, I think, is a way for the Civil War to start. If not, it just leaves a higher surrender limit, which I don't want. And then, let's see, we got protected by the marginal line, so our planning speed is minus 25%, but our maximum planning capability is plus 25%. And then, of course, we got the massive marginal line right here. That's plus 10 forts on the entire German border. And we, of course, depending on what focus tree we go down on in our military stuff, planning stuff, we can decide to extend it or not if we go down that route, which I'm not sure if we'll do that yet. Oh, and then we have full employment, which is minus 25%. And then that's because of the massive generation loss in the First World War and the lack of new workers and people being born and the subsequent interwar period. We got political violence, which is communist and far-right extremist leagues, causing problems for us, and we'll be going to far-right, except far-right extremist league. So we have to eventually ban the communists, otherwise face problems. And then we got an efficient economy, which is factory output minus 20% and dockyard output minus 20%. And we can fix that, I believe, by going down these routes. But yeah, there it is. So, we're going to begin at speed 4, but I will be jumping it back up to speed 5 probably. And I will talk about how this is going to be released in episodic order. Now, normally, whenever I see YouTubers who play Hearthstone full release videos on this kind of stuff, they usually do it whenever they do like series like this. They usually do it at like, just like a good stopping place or something like that. But I will instead, I'm sure there are YouTubers who do this. I'm not gonna like take credit for creating this idea, because I doubt I am. I'm sorry. That was the wrong pause. I thought I just saw something. Hopefully no one's breaking into my house. Well, if this video never gets up, that'll You'll know why. Although you technically won't, but whatever. But anyway, this series will be released in a episodic order of in-game years. So right now it's 1936, and whenever we started it was January 1st, 1936. So whenever it gets to January 1st of 1937, I will end this episode and then release it and also start recording the next episode. We're going to go from 1937 to 1938, and then 1938 to 1939, and on and on and on until either the game either comes to an end or I decide to stop it. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is that way we can kind of do two. Is that way I can find a good spot. I just have to to find a good spot to stop the video and not like awkwardly stop it and possibly miss important stuff that may be just about to happen. Now, of course, that's probably gonna happen no matter what, but you know, it it's less likely to happen on the 1st of January 1937. And what this also does is, oh, I lost my train of thought. Goddamn. Oh yeah, it allows me to get through like some of the, I guess, quietness of the early game or the preparation of the early game. I like the preparation, and I'm sure it's not like as hated, but obviously some people just want to see the war get started, and this way we can quickly get through the years and not to try to rummage our way through it, just rummage and bumble my way through it, and then we can get to the fun stuff where the Second World War officially begins. Okay, about halfway done, a little more than halfway done. Just keeping an eye on it, and yeah, that's how it's going to be released. So let's go from 1936, 1937, and yeah. Now, when it comes to editing for this video, I don't know how much I'll do. It's just like really, I'm probably not going to do much, little to no editing. Like if there's like absolute dead silence, why just like don't say anything because I don't know what to say. I may or may not cut that out, although I kind of want to keep it in, just keep the awkwardness in. But if it gets like an hour and a half long, I'm gonna cut it out because I don't want it to really be over an hour long. And I'll be jumping up to speed 5 in a second whenever I get done explaining everything. And I also forgot to assign naval commanders to my or admirals to my navy, so I'll do that too before I jump up to speed 5. But just want to explain it, and let's just go ahead and let's see. Let's go and assign admirals to my fleets. So we got admirals. Albilu Sud. You will get. Actually, no. Let's get my base for this admiral. You will get Francois Darlan. Okay, Admiral Sud will get Jean-Marie Charles Abrial. I pronounce these names completely terribly. Flotte d'Extreme Orient will get Jean de Laborde. I gotta try to stop trying to pronounce these names correctly. I'm probably doing a bigger disservice to them. This fleet. So yes, that's carriers in it. So we're gonna give it Jean Perezra, and then these guys Admiral Wood will get Renee. We'll get Godfrey. Okay. Now we'll get down to this Felkistry and start utilizing the leagues with jump up to speed 5. See what everything's doing. Reinforce the Empire. Wait, what are they doing? Are they going for? Okay, so they're going either anarchist, communist, or democratic. Hungary's 90% either gonna go fascist or monarchist. I never see them go communist or democratic. I either have to force them, and even then sometimes it doesn't work, or they just don't do it. Now the question is, if they go fascist, what will they do? Will they go with Germany, or will they attempt to form a faction with Italy? I probably should have told Hungary what to do, because Hungary can be a problem. Because I do want Italy on our side, so there's one less front. There we go. This is what I was kind of waiting for. Okay, several German divisions recently advanced into the Rhineland, marking the first time since the end of the Great War that Germany has forces positioned west of the Rhine. This is a clear violation of the Versailles Treaty, under which Germany is forbidden from militarizing the region. Unless we issue an ultimatum demanding their withdrawal, the treaty will not be enforced. So we have either this is an act of war rallied the British to our side, in which we get massive political power and stability loss, which we don't have much, barely any to begin with, especially political power. We send a message to the UK asking for their help, and we join the Allies if they agree, although 90% of the, although they half the time don't. And then, yeah, civil war will break out because of our disjointed government. So the communists will start a party, take, form an opposition government, start a civil war, and then the fascist party, I believe, comes out, ruling party. Oh, no. This says political elections will not be held. Okay. Or we can just issue a diplomatic objection, in which we get a slight decrease in opinion of Germany. And also UK says that is told that we're backing down, which we're gonna do because we want to be friends with Germany, obviously. So let's go and do utilize leagues, and we're also going to attempt to fix the economy. Probably do last year failed. Okay, jump to speed 5, and then I'm not gonna read this. This just says that they militarized it. More generic focus trees. Focus readings or news articles. Technically, I'm not gonna read. Better research speed. Okay, so this is what everyone's doing. So they're doing service overseas. So just strategic stuff. Neutrality Act. Configure breaking. Wait, what's that? Okay, so they liberalize the banking sector. So there might be 2 Mexican civil wars. I don't think they're gonna. Oh, it's low. But I don't think they're gonna suppress the Cardio. What's Canada doing? Canadian Pacific Railway, so infrastructure. We don't know what Japan's doing. Oh no, wait, dude. So you know what? Not aligned. So we could technically see Japan join us. Because I believe that's an option for them, because they're going to go after the Soviet Unions, and also probably China. Although they do have a known non-aggression pact they can make with them, they 90% of the time go to war with China. Okay, so second naval treaty signed. Britain, France, Italy, Japan, United States signed it. Less names. Okay, here we go. Elections and government. The communist movement in France fueled by broad dissatisfaction among the working class and radical trends among academics. Has grown large enough to lead to the formation of several parties. After one of these has gained considerable support in the current election, politicians and Party Radical, or Radical, I think, I don't know, I'm just gonna call it Party Radical, have started debating whether or not to seek their support in forming the government. Although they consider our democratic institutions to be little more than bourgeois tyranny, they seem eager to make the changes they want to see through cooperating with the government rather than overthrowing it. So we can go rather reform than revolution, in which we get popularity gaining communism by 10%, or a broad coalition of democratic parties is preferable, in which we lose 5 stability and we gain a little bit of democracy. We're going to go with this because although we will take the stability hit, I don't want to have to deal with those communist movements later. Okay. Okay, utilize these. It's almost done. See, we're already in May. We're almost halfway through the year, and I've been recording for. I'll check in a second. Let me finish this first. Okay, so utilize leagues, which allows us to rally the leagues done. Now, if we were going monarchist, we could just jump right to the council of that ward. I'm not going to try to pronounce, but if we're not going to do that, we're going to do laissez-faire, which remodels our economy and it will make it more efficient in a period of about 2 years, and also give us 3 times 150% resource bonus for industry, which I want. Although this is nice, I'm not too worried about that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to start making civilian factories. Crap. Let's do that. Let's make a handful. Okay. Let's see. Yep, we're about to hit into June, and we've only been recording for 26 minutes. And like those first 5 minutes or so was just me explaining what's happening, so not like any actual gameplay has happened yet. So yeah, it'll probably take about an hour or so for each episode. Now, if something super important happens, like in the transition of the years, so like I don't know, if something crazy happened in 1936, 1937, I'm not just gonna end it abruptly. Unless I want to make like a cliffhanger, which I might do actually. That could be good for views. Then but yeah.
Écoutez.
He goes, oh wait, I gotta do this stuff. Rally the leagues. Okay, so rally the leagues. Rally the leagues. Change in popularity of fascism 5% and change in popularity of non-aligned 5%. And states and a minus 3% to stability. We're gonna do that, and we're just gonna unleash the leagues, which gives us 10% to fascism and minus 7.5% to stability. Now it's a huge stability drop, but we need 50% of either a combined total of 50% for unaligned and fascist support. It has to be over 50% in order to become a fascist. For the movement Francist to take over. And then we can get integralism, political unity, then integralism, and then diplomatic freedom. And then we'll also destroy decadence and ban communism. Yep. Basically, I want to try to get this before 1938, because 1938 is whenever traditionally Germany goes after Czechoslovakia. And I don't want to be forced into anything. And then we'll do treatment. We'll look at this later. But yeah, you know what? Let's go and talk about how OP France's democratic focus tree is. At least how I think it is. Let's hit this first. Yes, we have a combined total of about 30%. So we'll modify an efficient economy. But yeah, look at this. Okay, so you know, you have review foreign policy and to support defense of the Soviet if anyone attacks them. And to get some manpower. You have buy time, which is alright, you know, just standard France. Then, you know, go with you cancel some guarantees on people. Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia don't really like you because you basically said, hey, we're just gonna throw you at the enemy, sacrifice you to Germany and Italy and Hungary and everyone else. And then you got your decision of either go with Britain, and you know you can do arms purchases and whatnot. Typical France route. You got France leads, which you formed the Stressor Front, an attempted alliance between Britain, France, and Italy to curb German aggression and do some mutual assistance of the Soviet Union, or or to curb Germany. And then do this. And then we have the confirmed Eastern commitments. Now, I feel like this focus part is, for some reason, I feel like it's really OP because you can get so many people in your faction. So confirm Eastern commitments. You basically say we're not going to abandon Romania, Czechoslovakia, or Poland or Yugoslavia to Germany and Italy. And so you stay with them, and then you can guarantee Poland, or invite Poland to a faction if you're in one. And this allows you to create a faction in Czechoslovakia or join Czechoslovakia's faction if they made their own. We're not gonna look at that one yet. And then you can invite Yugoslavia to the faction. You can invite Romania to the faction, and then you can, if let's say Britain is also a their faction leader, the Allies, and they're still democratic, and they have all their colonies with them. So Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa, the British Raj, which is India, and Pakistan, and Bangladesh, and Myanmar, or Burma, or whatever you want to call it. In British Malaya, you can invite them and all of them into your faction. And at least from what I've seen, whenever I've done it, they always accept. As long as they're democratic. Obviously, it doesn't work if they're not democratic. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's pretty OP. Let's do protector rights of man. I mean, it may not be, but think about it. You get UK and France all together, and then you get Czechoslovakia, Romania, and Yugoslavia, and all British puppets. And technically, you become the leader of the Allies now, so any new democratic nations are going to join you. Always get like a sponsorship through Britain to join you. And to top it off even better, you got this focus tree, which okay, Spanish will start. We'll look at that in a second. Which you can reduce the cost of production licenses for any member of our faction. Which okay, that's not bad. I usually don't do licenses because I just don't. And then you also got this one: invest in our weaker allies. Now, right now, since we're not in a faction with, or in a faction with anyone, we can't see what this technically does. But at least if I remember this right, what it does is it gives like I think 2 civilian and I think even 2 military factories to all of our allies. Oh, what's happening with my mouse? Okay, there we go. Now that can be pretty OP. Now I don't think it affects major, or actually I think it might actually affect majors as well. But either way, it's pretty OP. It gives like Canada, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, and whatnot extra factories to work with. Which in those small countries, it could be a pretty big deal. Because I think they're technically considered off-map factories too, so I might be wrong about that part. So, but if they are off-map factories, that means that no matter what, they get 2 factories that are unaffected. Okay, it's currently November, so the episode's about to come to an end soon. Let's just go and do one last check in the world situation. Got fortify the rock in the UK. What's Netherlands doing? Abandoning the gold standard. They usually don't pick those sides until like after the war started whenever I play. They're reintegrating the railroads, Bulgaria's naval bases, filling factories, car divisions. British docking rights, interesting. Oh, interesting. They haven't attempted to demilitarize the Bosphorus yet. The Dardanelles. Yeah. Has Portugal picked a side yet? I don't think so, because I don't think they can technically pick a side until the Spanish Civil War started. The nationalists are gaining. Looks like they're gaining power. Yeah, okay, so they're going. So nationalist Spain is going colorless. And looks like they're going either communist or they're going anarchist, so that would be not fun to deal with. But right now, we are strong enough for that. We are going to not do that. We're gonna get that, and then we are going to recognize this. That's go and get that. And we'll go here and get some more equipment. Actually, get some more equipment. Okay. And it's about the video's about to end. So 1936, December 30th, December 31st, and the third hour of January 1st, 1937. Okay, let's take a quick little summary of what's happened so far. A quick little state of the world. Not very much has happened. Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing. No real sides are being picked yet, except in Spain, the Spanish Civil War kicked off, and it looks like we're going to see the nationalists and either communist Democrats or democratic Spain fight the will fight each other, and also the colonists if or when they rise up, and the anarchists. And if the anarchists win, that could be a huge problem because they have a focus trees and decisions that allows them to mess with all the neighbors. So yeah, so far it looks like wait, no, I thought for some reason I thought there was war happening in China, but so far that's pretty much it. Everyone else is just kind of preparing and doing their own thing, fixing their own internal situations. It looks like. And since Japan technically isn't going after them via focus tree after China, so I don't know what they could be doing. They still may try to go after China, they probably will. But either way, if they join the Axis, that could be an extra ally against the Soviet Union. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you don't forget to check out the description of this video, you can check out my Twitter and Twitch. I almost said Discord for some reason, but I don't have that. At least not yet. I don't have enough people watching my stuff to merit a Discord. Maybe one day, but not today. And be on the lookout for episode 2, which is 1937 to 1938, which will hopefully be coming out in the next few days. Okay, that's it. See ya. Well, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the old YouTube video, on the old channel and video to get more, to see more of this content. And don't forget to check out the description below to get links to my Twitter, Twitch, and whatever else I decide to put in there. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.